Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanso to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And this show is going to get some people pretty pissed off, but hey, before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So as you guys know, me and many other people have always been calling this era the cupcake era. But for whatever reason, some people have tried to promote this era as the greatest era of basketball ever. I don't know why, but they want to do this. Oh, they say, players today are more skilled than ever before. They're more athletic than ever before. None of this can be proven, right? I think it just feels good when they say it. Like they feel a tingle in their titties when they say that. Like, ooh, players, you can't prove that. If you're going to say players today are more athletic, what are you basing this off of? They're running faster? You can't prove that. The NBA has had fast players every single decade. Athletic? What are we talking about? This is absurd. We can go all the way back to Dr. J. And then we can go forward from there and come to the modern day. What are we talking about? Like the league has always had exceptionally talented athletes. So I don't understand. I guess they're just referring to dribbling. But even with the dribbling, in this era, you're allowed to carry. You're allowed to palm the ball. You're allowed to travel. And they don't call it. So obviously, when you're allowed to break the rules of the game, yeah, you can do things. You can do incredible things when you can break the rules, right? But nevertheless, these guys like to promote this, right? Because they want their favorite players to look like they're better than what they are. So there's been this discussion about the NBA potentially expanding and getting 2 more teams, right? And they're talking about what market is it, Las Vegas. And by the way, I heard day for yesterday that LeBron is no longer going to be interested in buying a team in Las Vegas, or buying an NBA team. Anyway, so with that, it got a lot of people talking. And one of those people was Tracy McGrady. And I want to put up a post here from the sideline sources of what T-Mac said, and it's from his podcast. Just a picture first. It says, Tracy McGrady says the NBA shouldn't expand because we don't have enough talent. Oh, Lord. When T-Mac said that, he sent the cupcake era into an absolute frenzy. Oh, man, the old heads are hating, man. Oh, my God, the old heads are hating. Oh, why would they say that? But we actually got some audio for y'all. But before we even get into what T-Mac said in the audio, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. All right, guys, it's that time of the year. The playoff push is on. Tournament hoops are in full swing. And there's no better way to cash in if you're right on all the clutch buckets and slam dunks than Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right. I finally jumped into their Team Picks feature, and I have no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners and totals on basketball, and I actually came out right on my first one. But even more than that, watching the game just hits different. Every bucket, every run, every late game stop actually meant something. And here's what makes it even better. It's not just individual games. On Prize Picks, you can pick who cuts down the nets, who wins the whole thing, who takes home the MVP, tournament, playoffs, even the international baseball tournament. You can call your own shot on all of it and cash in if you're right. Team Picks are live right now in 35 states. That's California, Texas, Georgia, Washington, and more, all in the same Prize Picks app you already know. Download the Prize Picks apps today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right. So what we want to do is we're going to play what T-Mac said in the audio, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what T-Mac had to say here.
Thoughts on the NBA expanding to 32 teams. I'm all for trying to increase the revenue,
which is going to do, particularly the teams. Vegas,
yeah,
going to bring crowds.
Yeah,
you know what it's like to go back to Seattle. Oh, they're playing Seattle, like they're diehard.
But I'm just like, we got 30 teams. Got a lot of players, 450, maybe more now. We don't have the talent to be trying to start 2 more teams, bro. I just don't think we have the talent to start 2 more teams. Now, can we take 2 teams away and add 2 teams?
To still be at 30.
To still be at 30.
Eliminate 2 teams to still stay at 30.
I'm saying keep it at 30, 32. The talent is, to me, is down, bro.
So you heard what T-Mac had to say. People were crying. If I go through the comments, you don't have to put them up. I'll just read through some of them. One guy said the talent in the league is not down. The talent is not down in the league. Another guy said, old heads talking crazy. This era is the most talented. Here we go. Another guy said, no, all the young talent is in the G League and bench because these 40-year-olds aren't retiring. Okay, that was a shot at LeBron. Another guy said, bad take. There's a lot of talent over and above. There's a lot of guys playing in Europe that can play at that level. Another guy said, tripping. Another guy said a 6-man today would be a borderline all-star in the 2000s and skill. What? Bro, whatever, man. Another guy said, here we go. Get ready for the 2000 stars to become the new 90s era. Is talking about the talent is down. Another guy said, this is the most asinine take I've ever heard from an old head. Another guy said, most talented league has ever been, by the way. Okay. So they're upset at what Tracy McGrady had to say. What are my thoughts about this? I think T-Mac is looking at it from an evaluation standpoint and saying that the talent is not there, number one. Number two, he's looking at it from the way players are reared today. We've already had this conversation of how players are developed. They're not developed with the fundamentals. This is something Kobe Bryant already spoke about, and it's clear. So I don't know what we're arguing here. I don't know what we're arguing. I don't know who these players that they're pointing to that they're saying that, oh, makes this era. Who are these guys, man? Let's go through the best players in the world. Who are they? Okay, we have Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, Kate Cunningham, SGA, the guy from Donovan Mitchell. I'm trying to think of some names. Kawhi Leonard and some other stars that maybe I'm not thinking about. That's a great talent pool. But you can just go one generation back and find great players in that group as well. Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant. I'll put Kawhi in that group. Kawhi Leonard. You could even put LeBron James in that era. Dwayne Wade in that era. In that group. Blake Griffin in that era. Amari Stoudemire in that era. Russell Westbrook in that era. James Harden in that era. That's the previous era, bro. That ain't this era. Then you can go to era before that. Shaq, Kobe, AI, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and that group. You can go to the group before that. Akeem Olajuwon, Barkley, Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, and Malone. You can go. So I'm confused. What are we talking about? So we're not talking about star player for star player because the NBA has always had star talent. So we're not talking about that. What are we talking? Are we talking about the individual guys? You can't be serious. You could make an argument this is the dumbest era of basketball ever played. This is the lowest IQ era of player. Bro, it's Kobe Bryant. It's accidental If you watch any given play, do you ever know who's going to take the shot at the end of the shot clock? What is the typical offense in the drive, kick, reposition, drive, kick, spin, drive, kick. That's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. Right? At any point, you never know who can shoot. And then number one, they don't even really have specialists in this league. You have guys shooting threes that have no business shooting threes at the volume at which they're shooting. So I don't know what they're talking about. Back then, players could actually post up and play at 3 level. I don't know. The mid-range is gone in today's NBA. And ironically, the mid-range players are the best scorers in the NBA. And it's not even a thing of this era. So how is, these guys, this is the cupcake era for you, man. The mid-range players are the hardest players to score. The mid-range players don't come from this era because they've been removed out of the game. And when you have them, those guys are the most difficult players to score, especially in the playoffs. The 80s, 90s, 2000s, they were littered with mid-range guys, but then somehow this era is more talented.